Kelly here with Mindful Bodyworks. So I'm going to be doing a full moon flow today. The sun's going down, the moon's coming up. It's a great time to harness that energy. So let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to step to the top of our mat and inhale up and exhale down. And again, inhale up, lifting, and exhale down. This time we'll swan dive down, so hinge at the hips, coming all the way down. Rock from side to side, opening the hips and the low back. Breathing, of course. Letting gravity help you here. And then coming back to center, inhaling, we'll come to our half lift, so nice straight spine. Exhale down. Again, inhale, straight, and exhale, down. Stepping down to our downward facing dog, we'll go ahead and just pedal through the heels. So keeping your core in nice and tight, pushing back through the heels. Make sure you've got nice wide fingers here to protect your wrist, pushing through all 10 fingers all the way out the knuckles. And last one, we'll just push back a little bit more. You can keep a bigger bend in the knees if you need to. And we'll take one breath here. And now inhaling here, we'll exhale and slowly come to our plank. You can lower down with your knees as well. So lowering all the way down, keeping the elbows in close to your sides. Inhale to a modified cobra. And exhale, down dog. We'll do that 2 more times. So I want you to work with your own breath here. So inhaling to plank, exhaling, lowering down. Inhale to a modified cobra, exhale, down dog. 1 more time. Go at your own pace. Again, use modifications. If you need to drop those knees, please do. Extending that right foot back behind you. And on your inhale, you'll bring the knee towards the nose, coming all the way through. We're going to drop that back knee and lift up into a low lunge. And then we're going to open those arms into cactus arms, expanding the chest, breathing freely. Extending those arms up, frame the foot, and come back to downward facing dog. Left leg's gonna extend behind you. Take a breath here. And on your next inhalation, bring that knee towards the nose and plant your foot, and then drop that back knee. Extending the arms up, low lunge, and opening up cactus arms. It's just a goal post. So breathing and then inhaling the arms up and frame that foot. Go ahead and step back and let's pedal through 1 more time and then push back a little deeper this time if you can. Again, you can keep a slight bend in the knees, accessing the hips, adjust the arms however it's comfortable. And on our next inhale, we'll come back to that plank and lower down with strength. And from here, we'll just push ourselves back into our child's pose. So just taking a breath here, you can either stack the fist or extend the arms. Choose which one feels comfy for your body. 1 more breath here, and then we'll slowly inch our way back up. We're going to come up into a kneeling position. And so this is our camel. So camel, you want to have your knees right under your hips. I recommend you come up on your toes just because it gives you more stability and it kind of stretches out the arch of the foot as well. So we'll take either fist on either side of our sacrum and just make a C with the spine. Now if you have any low back issues, you can just come up a little bit, and just hold it there. So breathing. This is uncomfortable for your neck. You can still do the C with the spine, but just have your head facing forward. And we'll take one more breath here, and then we'll come back to our child's pose just to open the low back up. Let's take 2 breaths here. And then we'll go ahead and lift the head, placing our hands back for our down dog. Tuck those toes and lift the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Really pushing back. We want one line of energy from our hands to our hips, and then one line from our hips down through the heels of the feet. Breathing here. We'll go ahead and bring that right leg straight back, just as we did before. We'll inhale here. Exhale, reach through the heel. Next inhale, knee towards nose, plant that foot. You can scooch it forward to make sure you got a nice base. And then slowly come up. So inhaling up and breathing here. So this is our high lunge. So relax the shoulders down away from the ears, even though we're extending through the arms. We'll take one more breath here. And then we're going to bring our hands to our hips. We're going to step that back leg in just a little bit so we can come into our pyramid pose. So leaning forward. Now you can stay here. You want a nice little micro bend in the knee so you're not hyperextending the knee. Or you can bring your hands to the thigh, the shin, or all the way down. Now if this is too much, you can always step in a little bit more. Make this practice work for you. And we'll take one more breath here. And then taking those hands back to the hips, straight back, and lifting up. And then we'll come to center. So we want the legs to be nice and wide, and we're going to take those toes and we're going to take them out towards the corners. So instead of having them all forward, we want to take them out. So right now your feet should be wider than your knees. So we're going to inhale and exhale. Now if you can stay upright breathing, that's fine. If you want to hinge at the hips and sweep the arms, that's a good way to do this as well. Last one. Good. All right, so now we're going to take our body the opposite direction. So we're going to be in that high lunge just like we were on the other side. So make sure your foundation is set up nice and steady. And we'll just hold this for a couple breaths. Breathing freely. Make sure you're not holding your breath. Relax those shoulders down away from the ears. And then we'll go ahead and bring our hands to our hips, and we're going to step that back foot in. All 10 toes are still forward. Nice straight legs. Micro bend in that front knee. And you can again come to the thigh, the shin, or all the way down. We have a nice little pyramid here. And we're breathing into the back of the legs, opening up. And one more breath here. We'll go ahead and bring our hands to our hips and come back to center. And coming back to the center of our mat, toes come out again, inhaling up, exhaling down. Inhaling. This time on our exhale, we're going to exhale into those cactus arms. So we're in a nice squat here, and we're breathing. So let's take a couple more breaths here. If you need to come up a little bit, that's fine. Even if you need to have your legs straight, that's okay as well. okay? Just building some strength in those legs, using that energy. And we're breathing. So let's go ahead and bring the elbows in towards each other, and we'll shoot to standing, relaxing the arms down. So now I want you to put your hands on your hips. So we're in the middle of the mat. We're going to take our right toes towards the front of the mat, and left toes, or the back toes, are going to be coming forward, okay? So they're parallel with the back of the mat. So we're front heel to back arch. That's very important. So with this, we're just going to open the arms up into our warrior two. So breathing here, relaxing those shoulders down away from the ears, gazing out over the front hand, keeping the navel lifting in towards the spine. On your exhales, you can try and sink in a little deeper, but you definitely don't have to. Find your edge, but don't push past that. On our next inhale, we're going to go ahead and come to our reverse warrior, lifting the front arm, dropping the back arm. Legs stay exactly the same. One more breath here. And then we'll bring that front forearm to the thigh. Left arm's going to come up and over, reaching into our side angle. So with this, you want to pull the shoulder back behind you, so that you're opening the chest, opening the side, really reaching out, breathing. Now ideally we try and look up with this, but if you have any neck issues, you can look wherever you want to. Good, one more breath. And then we're going to inhale and come all the way back to center. So now we're going to adjust our toes to the opposite direction. So hands on the hips, front toes come to the front of the mat, or the left toes, if you're following left and right with me. Back toes are going to be parallel to the back of the mat. So you want to be front heel to back arch. Very important. So inhaling, extending the arms into that warrior two. And breathing. Reaching through the fingertips, like if someone were pulling you back and forward at the same time, stretching those arms, welcoming any warmth you're feeling in your legs. Inhaling, we'll bring that front arm up, back arm drops into reverse warrior. Legs stay the same. If this hurts your neck, you can always look forward with it. On our next exhale, we'll bring that front forearm to the thigh. Right arm's coming up and over, reaching out through those fingertips. Breathing, again, pulling, opening the chest, pulling the shoulder back. Reaching all the way from our back foot up to the fingertips. One line of energy on our side body. Again, looking wherever is comfortable for your neck. One more breath here. And then we'll inhale and come back to center. So let's go ahead and inhale those arms up. And exhale back down into our goddess. So we have nice bent knees. Arms are extended here and into our cactus. And we're breathing, feeling the warmth in those legs building. Let's go ahead and bring the elbows towards each other. Inhale and shoot to standing. Good job. So inhaling up and exhaling down. Again, you can sweep the arms forward if you want to. Last one. Good. So we're just gonna step those feet in together and come into our tree pose so we can get nice and grounded. So all of our weight's gonna be on our right side. You can keep the foot, if you're working on your balance, keep the foot on the ground. Extend the arms. You can be below the knee or above, up to you. Now you can extend the arms above you, or you can keep your hands prayer position. You want to find a spot and just kind of stick to it. So we have a slight bend in our right knee, or the knee that's extended to the ground. Feeling rooted here, feeling grounded, and breathing. We'll take one more breath here. And then we'll slowly release. Great, shake those legs out. And coming to the other side. Again, if you're working on balance, you can keep that foot on the ground, no problem. So below the knee, above the knee, but never on the knee joint. Extending up, or you can keep your arms wide for balance, up to you. Find that spot and breathe. Feeling grounded, feeling rooted, feeling very stable and strong and balanced here. And we'll take one more breath here, and then we'll relax out of the pose. Shake those legs out. Now we're going to turn, I'm going to turn sideways just so that I can extend my leg. Make sure your leg can come behind you without knocking anything over. We're going to go ahead and put all of our weight on our right foot. And then we're going to come into Warrior 3. It's also called balancing stick. So you go to where it feels comfortable for you, okay? So that left leg is extending behind you. You want to be pushing through the heel. So you have one line of energy through that whole leg. Now you can be up here, no problem. Or you can be all the way into Warrior 3. Slight bend in that knee. And find your balance. Halfway standing on a board here, so I'm trying to really concentrate on my balance as well. So inhaling up and exhaling down. So switching sides. And then we'll go ahead and do the same thing. So flexing the back leg or the back foot, extending both arms and feet. Now again, if you need to be up here, this is still balancing. It's whatever works for you. And I'll take one more breath here, and then inhaling back up. Great job. All right, so let's go ahead and come down to our mat. And so we're gonna come to all fours first. If you need to double up your mat for your knees, please do. So from here, we're gonna come into puppy pose because it's such a great opener. So we wanna have our arms extended, kind of like when we're going into child's pose. And then we're just going to be coming back. Now you can stack your hands and put your forehead on there if you need to, or have a block just for support. But you want your knees and your hips in the same plane. So just like a dog stretching in the morning or whenever it wakes up, that's puppy pose. So pulling the belly, the heart opening towards the mat. Breathing here. So breathing here, breathing into this, and then very slowly bending the elbows, bringing the forearms underneath the shoulders to help you come out of the pose. So we're going to transition to our rear ends. So Since we have all this extra moon energy, we're gonna go ahead and do some abs. I know, everyone's favorite, right? All right, so there's a couple different ways to do this. We're gonna first start with our fingers pointing at our hips right behind us. Nice straight spine, coming into half boat pose. So with half boat, your knees are bent and you're breathing. You're looking up at an angle. Good. And then release, bring your chest towards your knees, kind of straighten that back up. And now we're gonna either do the same thing, or if you want to, you can remove your hands from the mat. Again, you're looking up at an angle and you're breathing. Keeping that belly button pulled in. Bringing your chest towards your knees, giving yourself a little break. And then we'll do that one more time. So pick which one of those works best for you, or you can extend the legs straight out. Up to you. Still in an angle, so we're almost in a V. One more breath here, and then bring chest to knees. And now we're gonna just slowly, with control, lower all the way down. Oh, that feels so good. This is my favorite part. All right, so let's windshield wiper the legs a little bit. Breathing here. Opening those hips. And coming back to center. All right, let's go ahead and take our right ankle, place it on the left thigh, then move it over just a little bit so the ankle is not on the thigh. Come through the hole, grab the hamstring, and just breathe. We want both feet to be flexed. Even though we're pulling that left bent knee towards us, we want to be really thinking about pushing this right knee away. Opening the hips, letting go of anything that doesn't deserve space here. And we'll take one more breath. And switching sides. So left ankle, right thigh, move it over just a little bit so it's not actually, the ankle bone's not on the thigh. Come through the hole, grab the hamstring. Now any of this, if you're not able to do it, you can always use a strap or a scarf or something and put it around your leg so you can still pull your leg towards you. So breathing here. Pushing that bent left knee away, energetically, grounding through this, letting go. Good, and coming back to center. Let's just rock from side to side here. Great, and then we're gonna bring the soles of the feet together and relax the legs out to the sides. This is a reclining butterfly, also called a reclining bow. So breathing here, I want you to put your right hand on your low belly and your left hand on your heart, or over your heart center, I should say. And I just want you to breathe and focus on relaxing and finding that breath, finding that still moment. And now with your breath, I want you to inhale and pause. And then exhale and pause. And work with that for a few cycles of breath. And now you can take the pause out and just breathe however it's comfy for you. And we'll take one more final breath in this pose. And then we're going to bring our hands down by our sides and extend our legs out straight. I want you to bring those shoulders down away from your ears. Bring your low back down away from your shoulders. You can keep your hands either palms facing up at your sides, or you can put your hands on your low belly, feeling the breath rise and fall. Up to you. And now I'm going to leave you here in a corpse pose. So I just want you to think about your intent for this full moon. After the full moon always comes the new moon. So this is a great time to harness your energy. And then with the new moon, it's great for new ideas, new experiences, and just letting go of anything that doesn't deserve to be in your life or your space or even your body. Just letting tension and stress, just let it dissipate. So I'm going to leave you here. Feel free to stay as long as you like. Namaste.